How's everybody doing? My name's Nick. I live in the Catskills. That's upstate New York. I do a lot of work on the truck videos, like this Ram 2500. And I do work in the shop videos and in the house. If you like that sort of stuff, subscribe. I have to go to my brother's new place in Philadelphia. He bought a house in Philadelphia with his wife. He's got a kid too, born right around maybe 3 months after McAllister. And place needs a bunch of updating. I'm going to be going there to work on it with him over the next few days, which means I got to remove the cabinets from this bed. If you haven't been following along, I've been doing a camper build on the bed of this 2021 Ram 2500. This is a tradesman. I have this camper cap on here. I bought this from Snap Outfitters. I'll link to these videos in the description. My friend John, who just ordered a cap from Snap Outfitters, was asking me about the cabinets. Hey, are they easily removable? Because it takes up a ton of room, these things. And I said, they are removable. Easy. I'm not sure if I would call it easy, but they are removable. I got to do it right now, so I figured I'd show you. I'll show you how I'm bolting them into the bed, and I'll show you how I have to remove them because they're very, very heavy, and I am one person with very, very few friends that are available during the day. So let's get started. Okay, this is the kitchen cabinet. This is the one I actually have bolted in. The other side I hadn't bolted in yet, just because I didn't get to it before I left for vacation. This one is bolted in. I'll show you how I have it bolted in. It's very, very simple. Inside this spot right here, where I also keep a bunch of stuff like Duraflame logs. I always like to keep some Duraflame logs so I know it's going to be easy to start a fire. I also have propane here. And this is also where I keep the cooktop. Here's a close-up of the bolt that I used to attach this. I'm going to take it out, you'll understand it a little bit more, but I haven't cut this down. I really need to cut these down. In fact, I might cut these down right now before I take the nut off. Let's do that quick. Just didn't have time to cut those down before I left. If you ever cut down a bolt, you always want to cut it down with the nut on it. Never try and cut down a bolt, really, with a grinder at least, without the nut on it, because when the nut is in the threads, it's very easy to straighten out the threads by undoing the nut. If you mess up the threads, you're just never going to get the nut back on. The best thing though to do is actually use a hacksaw blade, because a hacksaw blade is very thin. You could put it right in a big bolt like this, you could put it right in a thread, cut it nice and straight, and you'll be able to thread the nut on as long as you don't screw it up. But with a grinder, without a doubt, you got to do it with the nut on. We're going to do the front connection first. This isn't a bolt. I guess this is important. I should mention this. This was an eyelet that I cut down into a J. And it's hooked right on the side of this bed, this rail. It's just hooked underneath it like that. So all we're going to do is just tap it. All you got to do is just push them through. So here's what I used. See, this was an eyelet until I cut this piece off. And now it just hooks underneath, and then you crank it down. Now that I have it unhooked, I am going to slide these cabinets out. Remember, they're very heavy. I'm going to slide them out on PVC pipes. It's like 2-inch diameter, strong. It's either going to roll on it or it's just going to slide. They're very slick, obviously, PVC pipes. This is the best way that I have figured out how to do it. Remember, these cabinets, that one is going to be full when I do it because I'm not going to empty it out. That one probably weighs a good 200-300 pounds or something like that. This one's not that bad. It might only be, I don't know, 150 maybe. I'm going to bring it onto this rolling workbench. This is also really kind of important. You need something that rolls, and you also need something very sturdy. So let me get you a better view, and you'll see how I do this. I'm going to lift this thing up. Once it's on the pipe, it's so easy to maneuver. In fact, I don't even think I need this one. Not on this cabinet. On the bigger one I might though. And we just slide it right on. How about that? It's about as easy as it gets right there. Ooh, hot. Still hot. Let's get it going. Man. When it's off the PVC pipes, though, holy moly. I roll a workbench over here and I have 2 sawhorses. And all I do is just slide this baby over. Okay, let's move this back and work on the heavy one. That actually requires disconnecting some wires. 3 wires that I need to disconnect. These 2 go to the solar panel. I have a 100-watt solar panel. The positive goes to the charge controller. The negative goes to the negative of the battery. The negative of the battery. That has a whole bunch of connections on it. So I got to take all of them off to get this one off. That's a little annoying. And the last connection I have is the negative from the battery goes to the bed of the truck for grounding. Those 3 have to be disconnected. If I keep having to do this, I think I'm going to need to put a connection right here, MC4 connection. An MC4 connection, if you don't know, it's a pretty big connection. They use it on solar a lot. It sounds like a failed boy band name, but it's an actual connector. It's real big. The 2 sides connected are really big, but it would make life a lot easier than going in here and disconnecting the battery and disconnecting the charge controller. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I don't have to do that much, pulling these things out. Well, that was easier than I thought it was. It was very simple. It just took me a couple of minutes. The fridge is installed. I'm going to take it out with the fridge installed. But to be honest with you, I really should put the fridge in my office. If you watch that fridge review, that's what I'm doing. But, yeah. Let's make it the heaviest it could possibly be and see if we can still remove it. All right, I'll set you up with the mic on the side here, not on me, because I don't want to get it, I don't want to break it. But the audio still should be okay. All right, let's go. Now remember, I have the charge controller in here, the inverter, the battery, lithium battery, the fridge, and then a whole bunch of other, I actually have a toolbox in here full of tools. So this thing is crazy heavy. But the key is just to get this side up and onto this piece of PVC. And if you can do that, it really becomes like pushing it on wheels. That's how simple it is. Yes. Let's do it. Come on. Nope. All right. Oh, there we go. There we go. There it is. There it is. All right. That's it. Now all we need to do is push it from the back. All right. Here we go. No problem. It's amazing. Oh. Let's take this, put it right there. Honestly, I could move one twice as heavy as this. These PVC pipes. Now I have a PVC pipe on the table. This is one-handed. Left hand, look at that. Just rolling it. That's it. Done. On there perfectly. I can't lift it up. I need a jack to lift this thing up. Gotta be careful with my hand. Alright, so that's not coming out. Let's just turn it. That'll be good enough. Alright, let's roll this over. Alright everyone, well that's it. That's how I do it. Really, honestly, if I wasn't filming 15 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe. Obviously I have to put it back. But hey, I only have to put it back when I definitely need to use it. I could leave it out. Haul around less weight, a lot less weight. Got to be, geez, 500 plus pounds. That's nice. I'll take that. This thing's going to feel like a race car now. But yeah, that's it. And I just got to make sure that these sawhorses hold up, which hopefully they do. They are old. The sawhorses aren't old, but the wood is old. It's from a deck that fell down at the house. I wanted to do something with the wood because I just didn't want to throw everything out. And I made these sawhorses. I made 2 more, but this is old wood. It's got to be 50 years old. So not exactly, you don't exactly want to put 500 pounds on it for too long. So we'll see what happens. All right, everyone. Catch you in the next video. See ya.